I had to be at a conference at the town hotel that morning, right next door to Maelbeek, starting at 9 a.m. The weather was good, so I took my bike. It's just 10 minutes away from home. On my way, I learned about the bomb attack at the airport. I didn't realize it was a terrorist attack. When the conference started, a friend came late and told me what really happened at the airport. He was following the news on Twitter, and a few minutes later, he told me that there was smoke coming from Maelbeek metro station, just 20 meters away from the hotel. I realized that my wife was perhaps in the metro because she had to go to the center to another conference using this metro line exactly at that moment. I couldn't reach her by phone or text message because the network was down. Within a minute, the hotel staff completely cleared the lobby, taking away chairs and sofas. I started to get really worried when I saw a first victim through the window. A tall black man in a t-shirt who was burnt and some skin was missing on his forehead. Then I realized it was very serious and that my wife could be there. But I finally got a WhatsApp message from her saying the metro was closed because of an incident at Maelbeek and she had gone home to get her bike. I immediately sent a message to my children saying everything is okay, and an emailed the same short message to each of my parents. As I am a trained first aider, I sneaked into the zone dedicated to helping the victims using my press card, and I spent my whole morning there helping the wounded. I know that victims need to be talked to, they need support. For example, I helped them get a Wi-Fi signal and send message to their families. There were perhaps 30 people who were likely wounded. Only their hair or a bit of skin was burnt, or they had some cuts. But others were more injured and needed oxygen and a drip. And I saw a dozen, even more injured people who were lying on stretchers. Yeah, those were heavily burned, covered with special bandages. Some of them you could only see the eyes and the mouth, that's all. Very few people screamed or cried. It was like a beehive with all the rescuers, doctors, firemen, police doing their job. They were very efficient. What struck me also was the incredible diversity of people injured. Not only were all ethnic groups represented, but also lots of countries and languages. I had to put people speaking the same language next to each other. Some of them told me what they had experienced. The bomb exploded from the ground, and the blast was hot and powerful. There were bodies and body parts everywhere. When I saw the picture of the carriage on my smartphone, I could not believe these people were alive. They were shocked, but peaceful, waiting to be taken to hospital. I helped them wait, asking how they would go home afterwards, where they lived. Having been there acting, not thinking, I'm not shocked like all the people who lived it through the media. It's like two different realities. One is the intense moment I've lived with the victims and rescuers doing what needs to be done, and the other is the comments, the reactions, the feelings expressed by the public and politicians. Finally, when all the victims had been evacuated, I was taken to the nearby HQ of the rescuers, which happened to be our press center in Brussels. I met some colleagues, they interviewed me, and I went back home. I felt very strange the rest of the day, but I was happy to be with my wife when she returned. Life is more unpredictable than you think. It can completely change its course at any moment.